Hello everyone, so today I'm looking at isomorphic strings in Java. So if the characters in one word can be mapped to get the other word, then they're isomorphic. So if we changed all the E's to A's and all the G's to D's, we'd get add. And so we're able to do that because they are the A's and the E's occur at the same location, and the G's occur in the same location and the same number of times. And therefore, they're isomorphic. So how can we check if the strings are isomorphic? Well, we can see if the first place we saw E was 0 and the first place we saw A was 0, then so far so good. If the first place we saw G was 1, and the first place we saw D was 1, so far so good. And if we got here and the first place we saw G was 1, and the first place, and this was another letter like E, and the first place we saw E was nowhere in this string, then they would not be isomorphic. So that's how you can tell if they're isomorphic. But in this case, the first place we saw D and G is at 1. So we can check for both strings if the letter at that index occurred at the same place for the first time. And if we've never seen before, we'll say it's 0. So let's keep track of it in a map that keeps track of characters and keeps track of where we first saw it. So an integer, smap. It's going to be a hash map. And have one for the other word. Iterate over both at the same time. And then take a character out of the string for both. We want to keep track of where we first saw them using the map. So smap dot put the character at that index, but we're going to use 0 to say we've never seen it before. So we want to say +1. So tmap dot put t character I +1. So we'll see if the character at that index is the same as the other one. So if it's not, we return false. So if if smap does not equal tmap, the character at that index, so .get, or if we've never seen it before, we will default to a number. And so schar, and we're going to default to 0. Hence why we say the last place we saw it is actually I +1, because we're going to use 0 as the default for, oh, we've never seen this character. So we want to determine if the character at that index equals or does not equal. So equals tmap dot get or default t character or 0. And so if we get to the end of this, then we can return true. It's isomorphic. 3 at the end.